Sports betting brethren, hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro. Today's topic is, what is positive EV? What is CLV? Kind of go hand in hand, and it really is a secret sauce to being profitable in sports betting. So let's talk about what they are. And I guess before we get into the CLV and the positive EV, those terms and what they do for you very profitably in sports betting, I want to remind you that opening up to a free one-on-one consultation, whether it's a Google Meet call or a Zoom call, whatever we need to help and connect with you one-on-one, sort of a consultation to talk about your scenario, where you're located, and discuss involving OddsJam as a tool to help it be profitable. Player prop bets, mainline bets, wherever you're located in the United States, happy to help. So please email Boyd at oddsjam.com, and we'll get you a time set up really quick to get going. Also, as you decide to go forward with OddsJam, when you get signed up as a new customer, new client, make sure you use Boyd20, BOYD20. Get you 20% off your first 2 months going into this time of year where you have basketball, football, hockey, everything's going on. So what a better time to use Boyd20 for 20% off the first couple months. All right, guys, in a second, we'll hop over to OddsJam. I'm going to show you the positive EV page. Basically, anytime you hear positive EV, it's anything that's going to put you in a position to succeed. You know, you're doing certain high-risk, certain things, such as investing, buy low, sell high. That's a positive EV move. A negative EV situation would be buying high and having to sell low. That would be the opposite, complete opposite. So positive EV is anything and everything you can do to put yourself in a good position for whatever success or whatever goal you're trying to go after. But let's take a look real quick at the positive EV page at OddsJam to show you how easy it is and kind of what that will provide. All right, guys, here we are at the positive expected value page of OddsJam. OddsJam provides this data for you, and it updates continuously. It updates constantly. But you can see here a green check mark next to a wager I've already put in, and it's a percent edge. So this positive expected value is saying that you have about a 4.74% positive expected value edge. So the higher the number, the higher this is, the larger the apparent edge in theory, the bigger and better discounted price you have, a value you have on this particular wager. So certainly the lower you go, the perceived less of an edge, and therefore you would potentially reduce your bet size, having less of an edge in the Kelly criterion situation, to risk less when you have a higher risk and risk more when you have a higher probability of that wager winning. Now, you're also using the smart kid in the class. You know, you're getting the market making books, in this case Pinnacle, you can see here, as showing you their data, their information. You're comparing it with other books that are not typically the market makers that you're getting your bets to go place at. So you're using again, the smart kid and the dumb kid, so to speak. It's probably not very nice saying it that way, but basically you'd rather be with them than against them, and if they're going to show a percent edge. Now I'm going to show you here on the bet tracker that this is what you'll see, and the wagers, the time it was created, the bet, the sports book it was created, the event name, when it starts, when the game goes off and it starts, and then here's what's happening. The total under 45.5. I bought this at minus 108. The price is currently up to minus 121. That's positive. That's a good thing. This one seems to be a penny off into a negative CLV. So I bought this at minus 110. It's hovered right around that same price, but in theory it's minus 109 versus minus 110. So the goal here is to have as much positive expected value. Now CLV is closing line value. So the closing line when the game starts, whatever the current line is as of right now. So again, currently, if I went to go get this Vegas Chicago Bears first half money line, I would have to pay closer to 122 in the market price, where I get plus 145. So that's about a 23-cent advantage. Even though this is a normal wager I picked out on my own, was very fortunate to have that wager on my own. But you can see that this bet type shows you where I got the data, got the information, and it keeps track of what positive expected value bets you have picked up. Sometimes you can pick these up from the arbitrage page, or sometimes from the low hold page, whatever the case. But your goal here is to have this combined or closing line value typically as high as possible. Now you're going to have certain bets that I'll show you down here that maybe you had a negative negative expected value and it still won. These are all pending bets that I have. So there's a lot. You do a lot of large numbers here, so you go through a lot. This bet here, you can see minus 120. It went down a little bit, still won the bet. There's definitely occasions where you're positive CLV and you lose a bet, just like this one here. But by and large, the practice is definitely to try to get as much closing line value as you're typically going to have more winners. And the bottom line is you're paying less and getting more, whereas when it's flip-flopped, you're paying more and getting less. So that's why it's very important to have good closing line. But obviously, the goal here is to win the majority of your bets. Obviously, this is the goal, but you can actually, not have to hit 52% to be profitable, because if you're getting the best odds and the best payouts, that's mathematically going to trump and play out better for you than a person that's playing, minus 800 money lines, and screwing up everything for themselves in that regard. So this, at the end of the day, positive EV is a good thing. It's an edge. It's a perceived percent edge with the market, and certainly the closing line value is the final number, the closing line percentage of what you would have had once the game finished, and where it ended. And if you're beating the sports books with price, you're beating them. You're actually beating them at their own game, and that's what OddsJam does. It helps you with these tools, all the different tools, to show you where to get these bets, how to place the bets, and do it very efficiently, very quickly before the market changes. So hopefully that's very helpful to understand positive EV. All right, guys, there you go. There's positive EV and CLV. There's a little bit of negative EV in there to help you understand all the terminology and kind of what you're going for. My next video, I'm going to have a little bit more about the hunt and how you identify and how you look for these positive EV bets. We'll be doing that tomorrow. Also, want to make sure to remind you, if you want to use the QR code here, you can get signed up and scan that in. Get connected with OddsJam. Make sure you use Boyd20, BOYD20, to get 20% off the first 2 months of your subscription. Again, what a better time to do that. So use a QR code. If you need to pause the video, please do it. Also, a reminder, if you have any topics or questions you have, leave them down below. If you have anything you want me to cover or talk about in depth, let me know. Give me a message, and happy to help you out with that as far as your betting education to help you increase your ROI. And as always, let's go make some mathematical money.